Starting from the beginning and hearing that I was actually getting a shoe, it was like a massive pressure moment because I know the importance of this moment and for what it needs to do and how it needs to sell in order for this to be a catalyst for other women. This shoe had to be the coolest, most beautiful shoe, and you have to see it and want it. Growing up, I was very excited to go shopping for my basketball shoes. It was always around fall time when basketball season was about to gear up. And I do remember that there weren't many female shoes that I could go get. And the time that there was a Sheryl Swoopes shoe on the shelf, I was elated and so excited. Like I didn't even care how that thing fit. It was like, if Sheryl has it and it's her shoe, I'm getting it. And I felt like I was Sheryl when I put them on. But it was always really important to me, like who was wearing the shoe. And I felt like there weren't enough options because there weren't many women that had a shoe out. So I do know the importance of this moment and really hope that my shoe isn't gonna be the only one. I know there's, a few others right now that have shoes, but the hope is that there'll be, plenty. This shoe is something that can be so huge for the next generation, but it's also a shoe that has the accessibility that many athletic gear and shoes do not have, where people with special needs who may struggle to get into a shoe can get in much easier because there's a drawbridge back and the upper completely opens up and you can get in and out of the shoe easily. I also wanted the shoe to have both sizing on it. I feel like shoes should be for everyone. If that shoe's dope and I want it, it shouldn't have a label. So it was so important to kind of get rid of all labels and make sure that this shoe, again, was for anybody who wanted it. The Together We Fly colorway is very much the story of my sister with special needs who has never had a shoe for her. And what I've learned throughout my sister's life is, she's had several, disabilities, had a lot of doctors say, she would never walk, she would never do this, but because she has had the support of my family and a team around her, she's been able to fly. So I feel like this shoe can inspire every single person, whatever your story is, whatever hits closest to home to you, this shoe's for you because this shoe's for everyone. Seeing the pictures of the shoe is one thing, and it's close, but then when you actually get the shoe in hand and you can touch the rivets in the sole, or you feel, the leather to the different materials. It's like such a cool moment. Like, wow, this thing was really cool on the computer screen, but then when I got it in hand and was able to see all the different, parts that went into it, it was amazing. Like, I was in shock. The color purple has always been a color that just looks really cute on my sister, but the underlying story for these shoes is just celebrating your uniqueness and your unique self and how special we all are. And I don't think I've ever seen a shoe that can be for young kids, for older people who are struggling to get in and out of a shoe, for pro athletes, for all athletes, for special needs athletes, for people with special needs who maybe aren't athletes. It's for everybody. And shoes have such a cool culture and bring a lot of people together, but there's always been a little bit of this shoe's not for you, this shoe's for you, or this shoe's for this group of people. Let's cut that out, let's make it for all. That's the biggest message with this shoe is, this shoe's for you, and be you when you're in them.